What's good with it, Black Goose TV family? Nothing but love to y'all. Salute to the people. Y'all already know, man. I'm gonna come heavy when it comes to the Dillian Whyte Tyson Fury videos this week. Y'all can't blame me though. You know what I'm saying? We got the fight. You know what I'm saying between the two coming up this Saturday, which you already know. We gonna go Fluent's motherfucking lounge for that thing. So make sure y'all join me for it. But it only makes sense for me to go ahead and talk about it. And part of the reason, maybe majority of the reason, however you want to put it, however you want to hear it, however you want to say it, it's because Dillian Whyte had no interest in promoting this joint. He had no interest in promoting it. He was like, hey, look, I don't want to go back and forth with you, Tyson Fury, on social media. I don't want to post things where I'm trying to, incite you to make you come back at me. I don't want to go to the press conferences. I don't want to go to the open workouts. None of it, right? Because he said, I'm not going to engage in that. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to appreciate the fact that I finally got the shot that I always felt like I deserve. Remember, when it comes to Dillian Whyte, I'm a Dillian Whyte fan. I love Dillian Whyte. Excuse me. I've been following for a long time. One of the biggest things about the beef between Deontay Wilder and him was, well, hey, I've been your mandatory for over 2 years, but I never got to fight. So obviously you chasing me. And, we all know that's not true. We just know how business works. But with that being the case, Whyte is finally in a position where, not only is he's going to be able to make great money, he's going to be in a stage where, some people may not have known him before, but now have, possibility of actually knowing him now. But also, if he actually shocks the world and he beats Tyson Fury, he will be propelled to a certain state in the boxing community, in the boxing world, that he would have never, ever even imagined, that none of us could have imagined. And, he may come at me, or he probably won't come at me. He doesn't know, he didn't pay no attention to BlakGooseTV yet. But at some point we will, That's the future, man. I'd love to get in White for a motherfucking interview. That'd be fire. But with that being said, he might come at me like, oh, hey, I've always known I was destined for this. This is why I do this. My goal set isn't here. It's here at all times. And that's why I always continue to strive for greatness, which I can understand. So either way, let me not get too long-winded, or let me not, steer in a direction that doesn't need to be steered in. Let's look at this article right here. Whyte doubtful about Fury retiring after their fight on Saturday. Now, I have not read this article, but off of the particular title, I already have an idea what Dillian Whyte's going to be saying, because you have to be absolutely confident in yourself. You have to understand that at no matter what, possibility, or no matter what the critics are saying, or no matter what's coming at me when it comes to, oh, this is what I think, I'm always going to believe in myself and believe I can win the fight. And that's what Dillian Whyte's at, which also supports what I said in the beginning, where, he didn't come to the press conferences earlier. He didn't come to open workouts. He basically went silent on social media. This is the first time we've seen Dillian Whyte since this fight has been announced. And that's the week of press conference. And then we'll see him on the weigh-in. So, obviously he's taking this thing seriously, right? So with that being said, I already have an idea of why Dillian Whyte said this. Now, I'm 3 minutes in. I'm a little late when it comes to this joint, but go ahead and tell me, what do you guys think about this upcoming fight? If I haven't asked it, I'm going to ask it the goddamn again. Do you think Dillian Whyte has a chance? The smallest chance of beating Tyson Fury, or do you think it's going to be an absolute blowout by Fury, and he's just that great? Now, let's go ahead and get into the article. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he has to say. Also, by the way, if my guess was right, I would think he believes, as he should, he's going to knock out Fury. And because of that, Fury would have no means of retiring after the fight, and he'd want that rematch. But let's get into it. So this comes from Boxing News 24 by Charles Brunn. Try to go through it as quickly as possible, so you guys obviously can enjoy the video. Dillian Whyte isn't buying into the rubbish Tyson Fury has been telling the media this week about him retiring after the fights this Saturday night at Wembley Stadium in London. Whyte says the medias are up his... I say all the other thing. Why am I acting like I got to bleep it out just because it has, the joints? Up his ass. Believing everything Fury says without a question. And see, Whyte is not convinced. Now let's go to his actual quote. Whyte skeptical about Fury retiring. I like when the odds are against me. Everyone is against me because it gives me that extra bit of edge, says Dillian Whyte. 2, behind the gloves. I've already said that Tyson Fury talks rubbish, so let's see. Hell, shit, he'll say that. But then the next day, I went to fight Dillian Whyte again. You guys all seem to be up in his ass. Anything he says, whatever he says, I don't care. when I get here, Wembley Stadium, obviously, I'll be ready to leave it all in there. Tyson Fury says a lot of things. If he comes in heavier or lighter, I don't really care. I watch 10 seconds of the media workout because it doesn't mean anything. We're going to fight. If he comes in heavy and wants to trade, that's better for me. If he wants to box and move, I can do that. I'm not dependent on doing one thing. My key in this fight is to be adaptable and pick up the cues and the mental decision to change right away. It's one of those fights where I'm going to need to use my brain a lot. Maybe not so much power, but maybe more my brain. And then the power will come at some point. Now, hearing that statement from Whyte, maybe he wants to throw him off. Also, I was wrong in the beginning where I thought he was just going to say, I'm going to knock him out and he's going to want the rematch. I was wrong about that as well. Now, obviously, you don't want to give your game plan away, especially in an interview. That doesn't make any sense. So whether or not he's telling the truth, whether or not he's, fibbing a little bit, whether or not he's sprinkling a little bit of, his game plan up in there, I don't believe it much because I'm like, he literally laid out an entire display of this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm not going to do. He basically, like, if you were to be on Tyson Fury's side, you read that or that article, or you listen to, the interview that he did with Behind the Gloves, where the article got the quote from, you'd be like, bruh, so you're going to try and outbox Tyson Fury? Is that what you're telling me? So I don't believe that, I don't think that's his game plan at all. But, at the end of the day, y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you think he's telling the truth when it comes to this? He didn't say he's looking for the knockout. He's looking to be patient and look for the right shot and pick his shot. Do you think that's smart going against Tyson Fury and doing that? Do you think that's the right idea? Do you think he's bluffing? Do you think he's trying to throw Tyson Fury off his game? What do you guys think about this particular video? Let me know below. Comment. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Like I said, though, this weekend, big weekend, we got Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. So I'm going to be going live for that. Boom. It's over in Wembley Stadium. So I know it's going to be a little bit earlier. So we're going to be doing that. So check out the Fluence Lounge as always. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Keep supporting the channel. Let's keep getting this thing growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just planted a couple seeds. We put water over it. We waited 6 months. Then we started seeing a little bit of sproutness. Then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, that little thing turned into an actual tree. Let's do that with the BlakGooseTV channel. Y'all been, you know what I'm saying, so far, getting that thing right along. Let's keep moving it. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. Nothing but love. And as always, man, keep me in check. Make sure I'm dropping shit. You know what I'm saying?